What's up, my derps? It's your boy Gregolis. Hey, that's me. And we are back for another episode of the High Songs of Coatunn. And once again, just letting people know that this is my kind of world making, world building stream. This is where I'm going to spend time putting this idea of this world on to paper, figuratively, literally. Uh, um, yeah, and I am excited to get going today. This is our third stream. I haven't really started promoting what I'm doing as of yet. It seems to me like I've got a fair bit of work to do to get to a place where I'd feel comfortable, promoting this, because honestly, I'm derping my way through what we've got going on here. Even as we're speaking, I am furiously in the background trying to get the map open. I am struggling. Where the heck did I save this map? Um, yeah, so for those catching up, I was working on the island of Obrun. The island of Obrun, as Griorn Smashstone might have said it. Um, I want to center my world from this space. I don't even know where the heck I kept it. Let me see here. Oh, I see. I think there we go. I found it. Let me swap our scenes over and kind of remind you guys where we were. And we'll get my Wacom, my tablet out. And yeah, if you guys remember last week, we got sort of the, let me use this here. Ooh, that's a very large, oh, I hit the wrong thing. Very large thing here. Okay, so we got the volcano done. And in fact, I think I realized afterwards last week that I didn't name this volcano, but it is the volcano called Sidafell. It's a play on fell, meaning mountains, in the Norse language, ancient Norse, I guess is what the language is called. And Sida is like a nod to obsidian. This is where they mine all the obsidian. They have gone far into this, almost too far. And this fortress here, which is unnamed, is a main place of both worship. There's a military force here, both inside the volcano, like deep inside, to ward off all the baddies that they have unearthed and woken. And there's, like I would say, like there's manufacturing and whatnot in there. They are world renowned within this world of Coatunn. As the sort of best obsidian armorers and weaponsmiths, magic items as well. But mainly the culture is focused around obsidian. Excuse me there. Yeah, so what do we got? You got the fortress here. I think I'll just probably jump in where I was. I was itching all week to get back to this, but I promised that I wouldn't do anything. Oh, what the heck is that? Good stuff. Okay. I promised I wouldn't do anything because we were going to do it all on stream together. I know. Let me check something out here. I don't like this little mark here on. Oh, I don't want that. This little mark here on the mountain. Oh, no. You know what I just realized? I don't have any music playing. Let's get some music going in the background here, folks. Let me open up my little playlist and turn this way down. There we go. Is that too loud? That feels maybe it might be a little loud. There we go. Like I said, I'm derping my way through this, so yeah, feel free to join me, come along, let's have a blast as we figure out more of this map. So I'm just going to continue working on these mountains. I think they need to stretch way down to here. Let's get the, that's not the right. Why is that not letting me? I am so silly. I'm on the wrong thing. bring this down to 6. Oh, that's 5. 5 is good. Let's see. Why did that not do anything? Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. Yeah, that's what happens when you rush back to things. Okay, so let's darken these ones up here and talk about it. So I'm thinking, if you can see in the background, I've done some sort of like light elevation map style. Not sure if it'll stay forever, but it gives you an idea of like how much the mountains split this island, right? You kind of got a horseshoe shape around here. In this section over here is going to be the main city, the Port Obsidian. And hopefully we can get to that today and keep going. Eventually, I'm going to want to deep dive that and kind of get into what that city looks like. I think that'll probably be the next step. Or maybe we'll skip that and we'll do some lore writing, lore talking, write some more things, and really flesh out this world. Some people have asked me kind of what's the goal here, what are we doing, and I don't really know. I'm just really, the goal is to get this out of my head and have some fun with it. It's why I'm not putting too much pressure on it, trying to just enjoy it, because I have a tendency to hyper focus and want to, get things moving and do and deep dive stuff and do more with stuff. And you know what, I'm just gonna enjoy the process as best as I can. Yeah, so if anybody out there is joining, feel free to talk to me, ask me questions. The more questions you ask, the more we can really start to narrow this down. I have my spreadsheet open in another window about the world, and we can really start to, oops. I think I need a bigger brush for that. Yeah. The outsides here. Does that look silly? I don't like the balance of that. I think I'll bring it over here. Kind of just gently mapping it out. And then of course we can just go back and start. Oh, I don't like that. And then I'm thinking sort of one down here, a little bit flatter, and then we'll just dot the landscape here with hills and whatnot, and just keep building that. I like to go back and forth different areas as I'm drawing. I would do that mostly. I mostly do like character drawing. I think that's, generally speaking, most people's favorite stuff to draw. So I'm used to, as I'm painting, I'll be here for a bit and then I'm over here. And again, I don't have a particular style that I'm doing. I'm just figuring it out as we go. All right, for those that are tuned in and listening, this music is copyright-free music that I made myself. I've also posted it on my YouTube, youtube.com/@thederpwood. You're more than welcome to use it for your own projects and whatever else. I think some of it's up on Spotify. I do got to get back there and figure that out. I have neglected that side of things quite a bit. What if we... some of this is newer, though. I think this one's a new one. It might not be online. I do like this song. It's kind of fun. I'm also thinking about getting started up again and doing my Friday night music streams for you guys. Maybe I might not even do Friday because I've been dedicating that elsewhere. Doing a music stream and showing you guys how I make the music and kind of participating together. That was fun. I used to call that hypnotic patterns, based on the D&D spell, and because music is pattern making. Okay, I like Extending that out a bit. No, that's too much. Just lots of pretty little mountains. I'm kind of liking this sort of strokey, like cross-hatched look that we've got going here. It gives an old-timey feel. Certainly before we wrap this map up, I will do a lot of detailing and whatnot in Photoshop and kind of pump it up, but you get a good idea what's going on here. Oopsies. Does that look balanced? I think I need probably something else here. Maybe like a plateaued mountain. So yeah, it has been a good week over here, although we had an earthquake yesterday. I'm up in Toronto area, for anybody that knows Canada, and that was funny. I was actually playing video games with friends last night, and all of a sudden my chair was moving, but it was quick. It wasn't much. I remember many years ago we had a pretty big one too. And again, I was at work sitting in my chair, and all of a sudden my chair started to rock, and I thought somebody was behind pushing it. And I turned around to look, and there was nobody there. And that was really confusing because that was the first time I've ever experienced an earthquake. But try not to talk about it too much around the kids. They seem to be easily spooked. Earthquakes are a rare thing around here. I don't know. This feels too heavy. I think you get the gist that this is like a mountain range. Some of this feels like not detailed enough, but maybe I'll come back. Let's look at it from a wide view. See, this mountain range here now doesn't keep the same style. We're gonna delete that. Yeah, I think I gotta. That's another thing. I just kind of don't have a problem deleting stuff. It's digital. It makes your life easy. Oh, that's weird. What the heck just happened there? There's a circle on the screen. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. What the heck? Well, I didn't mean for that to happen. That's pretty good. I don't know how to get rid of that little dot. I have a feeling it has something to do with me accidentally pressing this button. There, did I get rid of it? Nice. It's kind of got a calligraphy style to it. Kind of Japanese-ish looking in a way. It's cool. I like this. Yeah, like I said, I've been itching to get back to this. I wanted to make some more movement here. Adding in just small details here and there. Make it look cohesive as a group. As a range, if you will. Yeah, the music is just flowing here, and I want to say that like one of the things that I do with my music that's probably different than most of the fantasy music you're gonna find online is that it's loopable. I try to make all the songs loopable as much as possible. Um, in because I always found like originally started this for my actual play that we were streaming, and I couldn't find music that would kind of live in an area like a tone or a range without disrupting. It's often songs they go up and down and they move and they transition. There's progress throughout, and in this case, I I found that like really distracting in behind the people talking. And if you've ever played any kind of TTRPG, you know there are long moments of RP and long scenes. You know, we're talking 20, 30 minutes and just talking about one thing. So I needed something that was loopable in the background that fit the scene without being disruptive. It's kind of an odd thing to build as music for music. It becomes difficult actually because you want to do typical musical things and you want to have these progressions, you want to change throughout, but and then you got to strike that balance of okay, it does need some movement. So anyway, it's a challenge and I enjoy it. I'm by no means fantastic at what I do. I am self-taught in music. I don't know that much, but I sure know how to press buttons on a computer and little piano, and I enjoy it. And other people seem to respond pretty well to it too, which is great. I like that. Okay, I think that's probably enough for the mountains. That looks okay, right? You get those mountains. Maybe I need to do some more back here. Kind of get that. So you see that it's a mountain range all the way out to the water. I think we'll do some more. Yeah. Something I've learned in terms of the music actually is really learning the key. That's in the last few years. I've stepped that up quite a bit and understanding why the things sound better together and trying to figure to work with that anyway. Do I need to do that up here? How do I represent like these would be cliff lines, but without like because over here I want this to be a cliff, so we're gonna go like this. Oh, I better make a new layer here. All right, there we go. And then we'll just draw a line straight down. Oh my goodness. Who'd have thought flicking lines out would be so hard? You know what, Greg? Why don't you zoom in? Oh, okay, good suggestion. Thank you. Let's get some darkening. Darkening. I was born in the dark. That first one's off, isn't it? Cool. That sort of looks like a cliff, doesn't it? think you get it. Now, how do I do that? Represent that on this side. No, I think it's got to be up. I don't know. Does that look cliffy or does that look silly? Looks more like the mountains. I don't like any of this. Actually, I don't mind. I kind of don't mind those. I think I'm going to move this over to the mountain layer. Oops. Paste in place. Yes, okay. I have 3 different mountain layers. I have a feeling I got a bunch of stuff here that doesn't need, that we can delete. Yes. That looks kind of cool, I think. Do I need to do more down here or what? I think it doesn't. I think it helps kind of like balance it a bit, but we don't have to do a ton. But you can see kind of with the layout here of how easily defendable this area is. That's why the city's there, the port is there. The ships have to slow down to come in on either side that they come in. Oops. And I want to do some really big statues and maybe some bridges and things as we discussed. Probably in here, some bridges in here, big defenses, fortress style things. That'd be pretty cool. Too long. There we go. Yeah, that came along a lot faster than I was expecting. So maybe we should start outlining the city itself. Now, how do you draw a city represented here? Because I think, like in terms of the space of the land, it's going to be way bigger. Port obsidian. Like, I think it's got to be something like that. But how do you, on a map, draw what a city's going to look like? I guess in the city, in my mind, there's a temple. You know, you're going to have all the government spaces, and you're going to have all the homes. And on the outside of the city, you're going to have the less affluent. Yeah, I wonder, like, where do I start? Or do I put do I put it in like a circle and build up these walls sort of like this, like as guarded walls, you know, and then you put your big entrances and then you've got the buildings inside, you know what I mean? I don't mind that. Let me, but would the city be walled like that? I don't know. It's more Caribbean. meets Viking. I'm gonna Google what kind of Viking towns look like. Just doing some searching online here. A lot of circular. Okay, with outer walls. Okay, so we're in the right idea here. Oh, here's some pretty neat stuff. Yeah, okay. So it's not wrong in terms of an idea. Maybe we do something sort of horseshoe shaped. We'll use that as an outline. Yeah, so there would have to be gates. Where would the gates be? I guess there would be a gate on this, no, on this side and on that side. Where would you come in? I'm thinking all of the docks and stuff need to be down here. Even though this is not to scale, obviously it's going to be, this is quite a large image just to identify the city space. But your things would here, so there would have to be a gate on this side. That's my gate. I think we do the 4 poles. That makes sense actually, and then that connects to the sort of medicine wheel ideology of the 4 directions. So you got a gate on this side, a gate on this side, a gate on this side, and a gate on this side. And you got your, oh, I forgot to do this. Your inner wall, and then you got, technically you got your floor here, and then you want to add in, you know, let's say your big, what would this look like? This would be your big sort of temple in the middle. Temple will have like very pointy things, and it'll go up. I'm actually using a reference right now to come up with some ideas in terms of style, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough room to do all that I want to do. Holy smokes, I'm gonna build this out piece by piece, I think, after. Okay, so that's where the temple will be. We'll just call that the temple, and it'll be very large, pointy, come to a point, and it'll come down like this. Okay, so that's our little temple idea. Oops. I need to... Okay. Looking at some other maps, getting some ideas. Okay, cool. Probably need some defenses and things, but I don't think I need to draw that in. And then you would have your town, like your town hall. I just don't think there's going to be enough room to draw everything in here. So, typical kind of like this. Town home, and then you've got like all your little homes. You got streets. How am I gonna draw the houses? Like, maybe like this. This is gonna be, I think, too detailed, but then if you looked at, you're looking at this, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to turn this opacity up and kind of get a visual feel for how that would look on the map. I think that you get that that's the city. I think it's kind of cool. And then you'd have to do like some outskirts of like shanty towns and things, right? Like, I don't know that it needs to be that much, but you get the gist of it. I think I'll just draw the road there. See, I've highlighted this all as beach, but it wouldn't necessarily be beach. It would be the port, right? Like, or like the actual docks and everything. So I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna make that adjustment now. Let me see here. So if I go like this, I can just color this back in. I've got it masked off, so I made my life easy not to lose the shape. And a little beach down there. Cool. That makes sense. I like that. Okay, so now comes the hard part, is actually figuring out, like, actually drawing this properly. So we'll turn it way down. Call this one for obsidian. Actually, I'm going to call this, let's start with the temple. Because this is going to be the hardest, I think, to draw. Now, I got to get my little reference out here again. I need to do that. Okay. So if I'm drawing this, I'm going to have to go... Why'd that get so big? Maybe like 4. Yeah. Okay, so I got the general shape here. Let's start at the top. Maybe something like this. And then we go down like this. And we have a really big... I think that almost cleared it. I don't like that line. Hold on. This needs to come out more. Let's go. And then like this. No, I did that wrong again. Let me just draw the line. Perspective matters, folks. Stay in school. I think that would be less. Go out this way. Okay, then we can put these little Viking style thingies that they do. I should probably know what those are called, but I don't. Cool. And then I want another one out here. So we go like this. This is going to make it too big, though. I don't want it to be that big. Okay. So this one's going to go... This one's going to go down again. So this sits up on here like this. I think I'm getting the perspective right here. I sure hope. Go out again, down again. Honestly, I'm just mocking this up. This might not be the way it ends up looking, but just using a reference, you get that it's like this big building. Okay. Just make sure that ledge comes over. Looks okay. I don't know what we would do at the top of this. That's going to be fun, actually, figuring out the symbology. I love symbols and I love branding, so that's going to be a ton of fun. We can do that together too. It should have like a window in it or something. The balance is way off on that, but whatever. I'm not doing it again. Okay, so this needs to... I got the angle wrong. Yes, I do. Should be like that. Yeah, I think so. I actually don't think so. If this is like this, then this should be lower. Dang. Okay, we'll fix that up. Looks okay. This angle's all wrong. Whatever. Actually, that's not bad. That's workable. That's workable, I think. Okay. Now, here's the other thing, is that I want to add like some kind of stone vibes to this. But I don't know. It's funny, this perspective on this side's way easier for me for some reason. Then I want... This is going to come straight out, go like this, go like this, go like this. Okay, there we go. And then we'll do like the last part on the bottom here. It's kind of small, but they're dwarves. It doesn't need to be perfect. Come on, what's going on? Why is it not? Uh-oh. Sure hope I haven't worn this out or something. Oh, it was just very slow. That was weird. Better save. Okay. All right, we roughed that in. I mean, it's a little bit better than rough. I'm going to fix that angle, though. Okay, it's not my favorite thing, but it's not bad. So I want to darken up some of these lines, so I might have to scale it. But you get the idea here. For all that I've thought of this world, I haven't really thought about like how it looks as much. I did talk about last week that I did do a drawing of this, of the temple or the fortress over here at one point. I don't know where that is though. I'm gonna try to make this look kind of cool, more Viking. Okay, you get the gist. Okay, I'm gonna color these windows in. I think there would be a lot more windows on here anyway in my mind. Let's call this an entrance. I don't know. Does that look okay? Yeah, I think it still works. It's the main idea here. Darken that up a smidget. Maybe we'll do some like cool Celtic style decorations on the wall or whatever, just to pump it up a bit. And this we can always come back and change this. This doesn't have to live forever like this. I'm not totally satisfied with this as the temple. I think it would be more ornate for sure. I think it might look different. Yeah. It's kind of fun. Okay. Maybe we just crosshatch these roofs a bit. Add some texture. Should I crosshatch and just leave them like that? I don't know that I like any of that. Let me get rid of those. Luckily, I was able to go back that far. Nice. Oops. Just some details there to kind of get the gist of it. It's kind of cool looking. Okay, so the temple itself is done. Let's do the main longhouse. No, I better do the... Suppose I should do the circle first. The outer wall. Oh. This will just sort of dictate what we can and can't do. Oops. I'll do 5, and I'll go... I want to draw this gate. I think if I start with the gates, it's going to dictate where everything else will land. And this one will go like this. Oh, that was close. And the back gate, I will draw. I'm going to take the temple off. I'm going to draw the back gate. So then, oh, you know what? I guess I should have started with the outer circle. Okay, let's do this. I gotta go just above it. Anybody any good at drawing circles? Because I am not. I just followed that line. That was not a good circle. Started so good. And I could cheat. I could actually use Photoshop to make a circle. But I think it'll lose the authentic hand-drawn feel. That's not bad. Okay. Proud of myself a bit there. Now I'm going to have to go on the outer side of this to do... Oh, no, I'm going to run... Okay, so I think I've screwed myself. That's the inside circle. And so if I go out, then I'm going to touch the top of all of that. Well, it is what it is. Oh boy. The concentration. You only get one shot. I'm good with it. Don't overthink it, Greg. Don't overthink it. Okay, so now I gotta go down like this. Bring this around. I don't like the way that looks. I gotta go deeper. Close enough. Okay. Now, how do we make this look like a fortress wall without having to do all the details? I think you get the gist of it. Why? I like to cheat and use the shift button because it'll give me a straight line. Ha! I said it and that was not a straight line. Oh, it's not playing nice. I don't want these to be exact. I still want it to have that hand-drawn vibe. Yeah. These go kind of on the other sides of the gates. I mean, this is truly not what it's going to end up looking like. It's just meant to be a reference. So now I got to do the inside. Right. So if I go like this, then I'll know exactly. Oh, perspective's wrong there. I need to turn this off. Something like that, right? That makes sense. Okay. Then I got to draw the other door, which will be over here. Oh. Let me do that again. Perspective is hard. We're getting there. Okay. Now, you can see that those are doors. If I go straight down from here, that's what that looks like. Okay, so it's a little off. But you get the idea. And what I'm going to end up having to do is I'll mask out the different areas for this. What I need to do, I need to decide kind of the balance here because the dwarves that live here are sort of Norse influenced and oh, see, that's not right. Should I go like that? No. I guess I gotta go like this. So maybe this should go like that. Okay, here we go. I gotta figure out what the balance between stone and wood living spaces, like buildings and whatnot. How much do they do? They are obsessed with obsidian. That is huge part of their culture, but at the same time, I want it to be like highly Caribbean influence. So yeah, I gotta find that kind of indigenous vibe meets. Where's the balance there between stone and wood, and how would they build their cities? What materials would they use? How would they lay the cities out? I'm gonna zoom out so everybody gets a quick view here. So it's coming along. You get the outer wall. You have the temple in here. I guess I should draw the roads coming out of the outer walls. Then I'll do all the inner stuff. So over here, you would see like, I'm not going to actually draw the road systems in this map. Oops. I didn't like the way that came out. That's pretty cool. That looks good. And then over here, you'll have one as well leading out from this, because you're very connected to the temple. I think that's too high. So what if I went like this? Okay, so that would be there. This would be here. Bring it back in. You get the gist. We'll leave those doors open. They are a merchant trading port, so I think mostly they'd be fairly open to everything, with just the ability to defend themselves should they ever come under attack, which in my mind doesn't ever happen, or hasn't for thousands upon thousands of years. That's another thing, right? Like, that plays the timeline, the chronology of it all, the timeline behind it plays into like how big the city would be. This island itself is originally called, in the old tongue would be called Nortuna. Now it's called Obrun, and that already in my mind is indicating like a massive amount of time that they've been here. And the dwarves on this island consider themselves like the first people of Coatunn. So yeah, like this is going to be really grand and really big, and really special. And I don't think this drawing is doing that justice, to be perfectly honest. But let me do some stuff here. No, I don't like that. Stop. No, zoom. I'm going to mask off a bunch of stuff here, okay? Oops. Okay. Let me paint that black. I see a red door. Okay. So that kind of looks cool. You can see the temple coming out there. It's hard to see with this in the background, but that's coming along. That's pretty cool. And I think next steps we'll do this town hall. Maybe I'll just hang it a little bit longer today. I think we could do more than an hour a week. It's going to take forever to do this if I keep up at that pace. And I'm enjoying it. I don't know if you guys are. If you guys let me know. Okay, so outside the outer wall, I need to Google I need some references for sort of Carib Arawak style huts. I need to know kind of what they would look like. Okay, yeah, it's what I thought when you think of these things. Okay, so I'll draw something in here. I'm gonna put some huts and whatnot outside here. To sort of represent the different lifestyle living down here. Oh, why is that so big? Let's go 4. So if I was to draw a hut, nope, wrong angle. I think I need to go over here more. then you go like the circular roofs and low to the ground. Put a door here. And, you know, sticks coming out, holding this up. Like this. Okay, so you get the idea there, and then this would have some texture to it. So you kind of get that, you get the idea of what we got going on there. That's a pretty good looking hut. I can repeat this. I'm just going to thicken this bottom line here. So you can see it's on the ground there. Okay, that's one hut. So I think what I'll do is I'll scale that down. You scale it down, I forgot. You're not going to get the size of it. Okay, so I've scaled it down, but I'm going to have to add a stroke around it. Outside, let's do 1. Let's do normal. Let's do this color. Oh boy. I think we'll have to do centered. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, I'm going to call this hut, and I'm going to turn it into a smart object and duplicate it. And just sort of show that the people live out here. And they live out in the space. How's that look? Yeah, that looks cool. I don't mind that. And then I'm gonna put all the huts into a folder here, because I'll probably reuse that. So that's why I'm trying to do everything kind of separate. I'll probably reuse it, or like if I wanted to redraw, I could just get rid of this temple, fix up the mask, and start again. I wanted to do a different temple. I think this is just future modularly designing. And speaking of which, I think the next thing I got to do is the long, what do you call it? Or long hole. Like a longhouse? Longhouse. So I'm just looking up some ideas here to help me figure out how I would approach that. See, but I think where I want to blend, when you think of a longhouse, you think typically would all be made out of wood, but I think these guys are so advanced they'd have stone longhouses. And that's where it kind of blends the Tolkien style of dwarvish stuff that I like as well. It is just an amalgamation of different ideas. So maybe I need to find some references of stone longhouses. I wonder if there's anything. Not really. I don't know. I'm not really seeing anything. I'll just try to map something out. Longhouse. Then you get the idea that there's people that live here, and it's built up and well done. Okay, so I'm at 4. That's okay. I'll start with a brush 4. I think we're gonna go like this. There'll be like a top peak. You know, they got like up at the top where all the smoke would have come out. Like to build things, and then they put the figureheads, you know, dragon heads or whatever they put up here. get that idea. And then this is really short. Yeah, and then I gotta draw the main house itself, the main roof line, sorry. Would look like this. You gotta get it right. So I'm gonna have to close this down so I can draw it. Let me go like that. And we got this. That doesn't look wide enough. Okay, let me close this. Let me make this wide. Maybe even like bowed out like that. Yeah, I guess for now I'm doing more traditional. This isn't exactly the style that I have in my head. But it's functional for the map. And I'm a firm believer that everything can change. Would you be able to see that? Probably not, right? No. If this is straight down, and then we go straight down from here. Oh, sometimes when you're holding shift, it does that. Like if you haven't let go between brush strokes. Why? So I think I'm gonna have to focus on this end being the main image, because the like if you see the outer wall here, it's gonna hide all that stuff on the side, so it doesn't even really matter if it's right or not. But it might matter later on. Like I said, I'm gonna use these, so if I put them in their own layer, I can move them around modularly. What would the door look like? I'm just gonna stay in the same vein here. Let's put some kind of decorative posts on the edge here. We can add stuff to them. Let's hang down some stuff. Like there's... Well, it looks more elfish, but whatever. I think it'd be fun one day to like actually draw these out and come up with the full like architectural vibe of this place, because this for sure is not it, but it is good as a representation for a map, I think. You get the gist. I'm gonna color this in, I think. Okay, now back to this. Like I would think that there'd be like a side door here as well. I don't know if anybody played Vikings, Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But there was a side door on their longhouse, and I liked that. I don't need to do it. It's gonna get covered. Okay, I'm gonna use a smaller brush. Come in here and put some details. I'm not doing anything intricate because it's going to be wasted. You're not going to see it. But it starts to give it some detail. Oh boy. There's a little button on my pencil down here that you can use. It's a trigger. There's a left and a right, and it constantly is in the way of when I'm just holding my pencil. Drives me nuts. Yards driving me nuts. Okay, let's see what that looks like with the outer wall. So, I mean, can you even tell? I'm going to have to move it this way. How about there? Okay, that's cool. Now, I got to go cut. Oh, it's actually, I got to do this the other way around, don't I? I had to cut this out. So it's going to be in front of that, going to be in front of that, but it's not going to be here. Excuse me, now we just black that out. Now on this one, I got to do the other way around. I'll probably just freehand this one. There, now it looks like it's sitting in front. Ooh, we're layering. Yeah, that looks cool. Nice. Okay, zooming out, have a look. Coming along good. It needs to be darkened a bit. Save it. Put some more little huts in there. Look like, I guess it would just be our houses. Maybe I won't do huts. Maybe I'll do an actual house. Let me do a Viking style house. Really simple. We'll go 5. I'm just gonna draw it over here and then scale it down. Let's make sure I got the angle right. Put that there. Go like this, crossed over, like that. Put a little door on it. Then in terms of scale, I'm going to have to take this down much smaller. But that looks cool. Don't need to do too much details because I'm going to scale it down. What happens when I scale it down? About the same size as the huts. Oops. Does it need a little boost? I think so. Yeah, okay. Convert the smart object. Oh boy, I hit the wrong button. Hey, what happened? Okay, that's there. Duplicate them. Make it look like people live here. You get the idea, but it's much more structured in the city. Cool. Maybe I need to draw some sort of roadway in the middle. Does it matter? I don't know. Let me see. Does that add any value? I don't think so. And actually, I feel like maybe the houses need to be a little bigger. Okay, now I'm going to add a mask to the whole group. Nice and easy. Pretty good. Now, what could I do in this little spot here to add value? So I'm seeing something I don't like. Some tips there. I don't like them. Let's see here. Group this up. Port of obsidian. Get rid of my base layer here. Maybe I could just draw like mounds or something like. Whoa, take it easy, Greg. I'm just out here throwing my pen around. Maybe just add some texture here. This up on a hill, maybe. Maybe that is the road. No, it's kind of identifying some things. Maybe there's like a farm plot or something over here. Who knows what this is? Maybe not. I think I'm interested in drawing a little line here. Fill that space. Should we put a door? Maybe just to make it look good. Maybe not that one, but maybe. Doors are closed off back here. It's not bad. That's pretty cool. Now, question is, do we want to make it smaller, bigger? A little smaller. And does it need sort of some back coloring behind it, which would be interesting. I want to see, like, if I add maybe this brown in a way. Let me see what kind of brushes we got. Oh, this grainy brush. Let's do that. Don't like that color. I said I don't like that color. It sticks out a little bit more. Do we like that or do we not like that? I don't know. Off, on. I don't mind it. I think it helps make it pop off a little bit more. It's a little more visible. I think I want to thicken the whole thing up though a bit. Uh-oh. Won't be able to do that with this in the back here. Hi there. Oh. So I'm just fixing up my layers here. I'll put that there for now. And it's not going to work. Wish you could do 0.5. Yeah, it doesn't let you. 1 is too much. Okay, put this back in. That highlights a bit much, isn't it? Cool. I like it. Fortress, cliff, mountains, smoke, volcano. Let me organize this. All right. I think that's okay. What's this here? Oh, this was my original mapping. So you can see I talked about putting the bridges here and the big statues. You get the general layout, but I can delete that now. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, you know what? I think that's where we're going to end for today. I'd like to darken up the... Maybe I can do that quickly. Let me do that, and then we'll call it a day. I'm going to darken up the whole... Where is it? Outer wall. Here we go. B. Let's take that down in size. Okay, so let me get this color. And then we'll go around and darken this up. Just thicken it. Oh, whoops. I hit shift to try to do a straight line down, but it went upwards instead. Make that make sense. Okay, so this is not even straight here either. So just follow the line. Follow the leader, follow the leader. And clear that edge off a little bit. Does that look better? I think so. Pretty cool, folks. I'm excited about this. And one day I want to, we're going to zoom into that city and we're going to draw the map of that city out too. I think maybe we lay it out flat first and see what happens from there. This is the High Songs of Coatunn, where we are speaking and singing and creating the story of the culture as we go. This is the map of Obrun, the main island of the island dwarves, the obsidian dwarves, that is. And I am excited to keep going on this with you guys. This has been a blast. I think I should start actually posting and talking about this on my social media. So if you want to follow me anywhere, it is at Gregolas Designs. That's GREGOLAS DESIGNS. Again, Gregolas Designs, GREGOLAS DESIGNS. That's pretty good that I got that right off the top. I'm excited. So, folks, without keeping you here, we will see you next week. So I appreciate you. And stay tuned to the channel, because very soon we're going to have some more things going on. In fact, there's a little secret. So hit it up on the Discord. The link should be in the About Us page. We got something going on this Sunday that I am very excited about, but we've been keeping hush hush. So, yeah, if you want to know what's going on, hit us up on the Discord. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.